everyone, welcome back. My name is Dana, aka Bookish Di, and I'm here today with a review of Saul and Gabi Break the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. This is part of the Rick Riordan Presents line. It was published this year, I want to say. Time has lost all meaning in the last part of this decade. So yes, hi, everyone. This is Luke. The other cat, Leia, is the one in the thumbnail. Leia is currently glaring at me while her brother gets all the attention. Anyway, so this is one of my new cats. He is a delightful little scamp who causes mayhem trying to get into cupboards that he's not supposed to. Anyway, so, well, I would love to talk about my cat. Like I said, I'm here to talk about Saul and Gabi Break the Universe. So the main character of this book is Saul Vidon. He is a 13-year-old Cuban-American boy. He has diabetes, and his father and his American stepmom have just moved to Miami from Connecticut to kind of start over, because one thing that's established fairly early on is Saul's mother has died within the last few years, and while the father and Saul have moved on to a certain extent, they do want to move to a place that doesn't have quite the same, that doesn't have the memories of Saul's mother. And part of that is because, as we discover, Saul is able to cross dimensions and pull items or beings into his own dimension, including his dead mother. So the plot kicks off where Saul is dealing with a bully, Yasmani, and conjures a dead chicken into Yasmani's locker. And one of the students at his new school, Gabi, is a skeptic and wants to get to the bottom of how a dead chicken ended up in someone's locker and how it also disappeared. So Saul and Gabi, throughout this book, strike up a friendship. And yeah, I overall really enjoyed it. So one thing in particular that I really liked about this book is how much it focuses on friendships and how you create friendships, and how to deal with masculinity in non-toxic and positive ways. Hey, buddy. So the big thing with the big examples with this are Saul, who's really in touch with his feelings, who wants to be friends with people, who wants to make people laugh. He's a magician. And so one of his overall driving factors is just to entertain people. He wants to make people smile. We also have Saul's dad, who is a really great dad. He loves his son a lot. He loves his new wife a lot. He still misses his dead wife, but he's, healing from that. And then you also have Gabi's various dads. And one thing I also really liked is that with Gabi, you have kind of a non-traditional family, and it's just kind of accepted as is. And I really enjoyed that component as well. It also kind of touches on cycles of abuse and how to break them. So I had mentioned earlier that part of the plot is kicked off with Saul dealing with a bully, Yasmani. And so part of the book is kind of digging into why Yasmani is acting out, why he's bullying, and how he, with the help of not just Saul and Gabi, but other adults, are trying to break this cycle of abuse and trying to address the underlying issues. It is different than other Rick Riordan Presents novels in a couple of different ways. So the first real way is that, at least for the ones that I've read, a lot of the Rick Riordan novels and the Rick Riordan Presents novels have some, silly cat, have some kind of quest line where the kids are trying to find something, they're trying to stop an apocalypse. And this isn't really a quest novel. It's more of a exploring how reality works, making friends, trying to solve some problems that are closer to home than end of the world. And I appreciated that. I thought that the difference, it was really welcome. It also is less with the mythology in terms of like thinking about gods, thinking about legends, and more in terms of mythology as cultural beliefs. So the author, Carlos Hernandez, is Cuban, as is Saul. And throughout the novel, there's a lot of talk about, Cuban culture, how Cuban Americans interact with each other, how they interact with the world around them. And I really liked that as well, because mythology isn't just kind of the higher level, but it's also the stuff that's closer to home. I thought one of the weaknesses of this novel, however, was the plot was it didn't really kick off until like the last maybe 50 to 70 pages of the novel. And so while Hernandez had been kind of laying seed work for it, it still kind of felt it came up out of nowhere. So it's kind of like a first novel problem, I think, because Hernandez is mostly well known for his short stories. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I think if you don't particularly like the Rick Riordan brand of humor, this might not work for you. But if you're looking for something that's more whimsical, friendship-oriented, less quest-like, and more, I'm not sure cozy is the right word for it, but more intimate, then as intimate as, crossing dimensions can be, then this is a book I would recommend for you. So yeah, I am really looking forward to the sequel. I think it's coming out next year in 2020. So I have to remember to pre-order it. And I'm looking forward to whatever Hernandez does next. I actually own a copy of his short story collection. So maybe I'll read that as part of my goal in January to only read books that I own. So that's it for me. Have you read Saul and Gabi Break the Universe? If you have, what was your thoughts? Have you read any of the other Rick Riordan Presents novels? Or just leave an emoji to let me know that you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and talk to you later. Bye.